Once we took out this level here, we've been screaming north. I loaded the wagon with $2,000 of margin when we were back here. This is the 4-hour chart. We come up here, then I reload from the last video. If you go to the this chart here, we walk down every hour. So when I closed off the video, every hour it drops. We're getting in more, adding to this. So this is the 1-hour chart. You could have bought this pullback. This is the last chance. I haven't moved any of my take profits. I'm only down to $600 of margin, almost at $12,000. So up 10 grand in 2 weeks, basically. All 1Ks. Took some losses there. Yeah, I have some sell limits I put up here actually. Pending. They're probably expired by now. So these were 10 pips in an hour, 20 pips 2 hours, 30 pips 3 hours. We're about to pop the cork here. As we come into 7:30 a.m. U.S. Open, I'm just going to let it go until it clears out this last rack of tickets. I didn't launch any more buy limits. They still have the pending buy limits here. The last 8 hours way down the starting gate. So see how they just pulled off that top. The sellers were up here at this top. There's not a lot of K left. I could cash out quickly because there's only so many. There's not many tickets here, but see, we just keep banging on that. The traders coming here buy. Kind of spooky to buy here. I wouldn't buy there, but since I'm already long, yeah, up 1,400, which is we've banked 2 grand on the way up to this level because we were about 8,300 here. The target or the shelf I'm looking at. So here's the seller's window. We're in the seller's window. Another big one. This top here. So I could cash out there. We made pretty quick dirty move from here to here. 25 pips clean. Pretty much clean. If you drill down, there is probably on the 15 a chance to get on the train. It's Thursday. I'm thinking we could drift up into the ultimate target, which is going to be right here. All these are randomly just kind of like trying to make X amount of pips here. I could drag these up, but they seem to be in a great spot. You know, tons of sellers in there, and ultimate selling pressure is here at the 50-yard line. Now, it may take to Friday to get there. If I cash out now, I'm going to come in with limits like this. 25 pips all the way down. Limits all the way down. I'll just come up here and pick the appropriate scripts. As somebody said, they still couldn't load the scripts. Okay, you got to have a broker that allows you to hedge. Also, I'm assuming you're in a 5-decimal broker, but these would run in a 4-decimal broker. It's just that you'd have a huge stop and a huge take profit. Like 100 pips the other way. You got to have the orders in the. You got to have the script orders in the proper folder, which has to be. So they show up, and these are hard written. There's a directory folder called. That's what we used to call them, directories. That's the good old days before they try to cling out of the Apple bullshit. So that's what I was told by my Apple friend. That folders came from Apple. Fuck folders. They're directories. They're files. Folders. Folders go in a filing cabinet. Also, if you try to run this, you could probably run that breakout hedge in the United States, but guess what? I think I'm going to fill one leg. And you're not going to be able to put on the other ticket. So under scripts, you should see this show up. Right, you have, don't put it in here. They're not going to run. If you put them in expert advisors, you put in indicators, not going to run. They have to be under scripts. Scripts folder still exists. There's nothing in it. There's like 2 things in it. Then you've got to restart the platform, which would be the same as if I opened a script. As soon as you open one script and compile that script, it's going to refresh. So restarting the program kind of recompiles everything that's in there. If you see a little dash here that has a strange color at that little corner, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a little corner over here. That little thing will change to like a pink or something, or red, which means that will not run that script. Also, you can either double click these or drag and drop them. Double clicks you can drag and drop, although when you drag and drop it, it doesn't matter where you drop it on the chart, because it's a double click, it's going to go in. On this platform currently, there is no drag and drops. So if you double click a drag and drop, nothing's going to happen. Delete all objects should always work. So if I come over here and say delete all objects, that should work. That would work even on the weekend. If you drew, when the market's closed, if you draw a rectangle and go delete all objects, that script will run. Because it's like an indicator at that point. What it's doing is just deleting objects. So yeah, we're in the seller's window here. Definitely, if you need the money, you're going to get out right there. You're just going to go flat right there and then put limits in if you need the money. I don't know what else. I mean, you got to turn on all this stuff here. Right, you got to turn on the I think I talked about this in the beginning of the other video. So if I go to Tools, Options, you need to have this one click turned on. You need to have Expert Advisors, Allow Automatic Trading, Disable, blah, blah, blah. Those have to be switched. And then hopefully, you know, it's got to run. I've loaded it on many platforms. So you're missing one ingredient. Got to have the stuff turned on. You got to have the right folder. You got to restart the whole platform. And you cannot be in the United States. Well, you could. Some of these will run, but you can't hedge, right? And maybe your broker doesn't let you trade one case. If you can only trade a mini in a standard lot, broker will not accept this 1K ticket either. That's another possible problem. Also, you probably will not be able to take this script that's written for forex and drop it on gold. You're going to have to add 2 zeros. You're not going to be able to run it on Bitcoin unless you add 2 zeros. You could run it on silver. You could run it on, you probably can't run it on, no, you can run it on crude oil. You could run it on, but not the S&P 500, I don't think. So you can't just, you know, if you're not getting the objects to delete, and I think you got to have EA turned on for that. I'm not sure. Here we go. I'm getting a rally now. So coming at the top of the hour, stocks will open. I'm expecting the dollar's going to get crushed. We got 20 minutes until the top of the hour here. I'm just going to let this go. And by the end of the day, I'm going to go flat into Asia. I could put a hedge on in Asia. Considering the size that I'm in, even selling 20K above me would just be like not even enough money worth it. The whole point of this trade was to really load up when we're down in the bottom of this thing. Complete reversal. Also the end of a channel. If you're a channel trader or a trend line, you come down here, you touch here, you get in. You trap the auctions here, you engulf. You pull back. This is the daily chart. There's only one chance to buy in the daily here. You're also getting limits there. Then whoosh, take out these 3-day highs. You're in the seller's window. Get out. It's a good trade. Also, if you think the channel's still in force, which is kind of right now testing that, people are going to sell there thinking the gravy train's going to keep going. Great. So did you wait for the market to come to here to sell? Okay, you're probably going to make some money on something as it smashes around. There's no way the market's going to go exactly where you want to go when it goes there. Look at this triple bottom become a single top on daily close. I still don't understand why no nonsense can't. He's on the daily chart. You really can't fucking see that setup. He just did a fucking stupid ass video about silver. Well, you know, I love it where I should highlight the part where about 3/4 of the way in, he starts to go hem and hawing like an NBA dick that owns the NBA. Sometimes, I do, and then if I see this, and then it seems like a ham. What a fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. He thinks, well, I'm here to help. Yeah, that's why everybody's glomming onto it. Because he doesn't know it's a blind leading the blind. Gotta love it. Yeah, you want entertainment? Go to his Discord channel. Go to Market Calls. You got to rifle through. Go to Market Calls. Just read that whole file there. It just tells you. You can see just when you read it what people are thinking about how to trade. The market, they totally miss go watch Mark Douglas. Trust and believe. You do not have to know where the market's going to make money. Okay? You don't have to know that. You could trade hedges. You could trade mechanical breakout hedges. You could trade. And you know what? It only takes. It's just the whole list. I don't know. This is like going to Guitar Center and some guy's sitting there just with a bunch of effects playing out of tune. You're like, okay. All right. You having a hard time being famous? Can't imagine why. Anyways, I just cannot understand why. It's got to be something in your. I don't know who your broker is, but if it's Oanda, they will run. But I do not run an EA in Oanda. They can't because you're going to get crushed by the emails, and they're going to blow up your internet service provider is going to be destroyed by running robots that can't run hedges. That's going to be bloody. Okay, so we're backing off this. The scalpers are all over this one this morning. They're selling that 3-day rooftop. You know, maybe because the wicks are too skinny, MT4, the no-nonsense guy cannot see this opportunity. Like, he can't see this one. He can't see this pullback, you know. He can't see that it's down. Buy if it's down. Buy with a tight stop if it's down. Because it's down a little bit. If it's down a little bit, buy more with a tight stop. It's the same dollar risk. Apparently he doesn't have a calculator either. But no, there's no way no nonsense is putting a buy limit here to scalp that, to scalp that, to scalp that. He doesn't trade reversals. Never going to happen. He might get a signal here, or he probably sold here in confirmation. At the end of the day, it went down, and he's like, oh, you know what? We're selling, and he's going to say, look at that trade, I made money. Meanwhile, he's doing some dumb shit, silver algorithm. Fucking hilarious. It just shows you where people's heads are at. 125,000 subscribers. Well, they heard him on podcast. They're driving their car and going, you know, I like this guy. They don't have to look at a chart. And he puts up charts of silver and gold last night. Oh, my God. To see him talk about silver and gold, you can see how he doesn't know shit about trading. He's got the ATR at the bottom of the screen, and he's going, look at this and this. Now you're going to have to adjust your numbers a little bit. Dude, go to the Chinese join the Chinese basketball game. Good Lord, leave us alone, okay? It's just, I love it. It's the most exquisite example of fucking stupidity in trading that's ever been. And to call yourself no nonsense is like Biden saying that he's not bribing people. Come on. Dude. Holy shit. I'm going to go. So if you ever get depressed or suicidal, or you think that you don't know how to trade, go read the comments in the Discord of the No Nonsense Discord. 6,300 members in there. It's amazing. I'm surprised that the so-called prop traders don't jump in there and try to help those people in the market calls. Oh, my baseline is just hey, you don't have any subwoofers. You can't hear the baseline. That's the problem, I find. Can't really make out the bass. All right, so hope that helps. We're waiting for a jobs report to come out here. 8:30. It's going to be the psycho ward. Hopefully we'll get cleared out of these tickets. Get cashed out here. Pop it to the 50-yard line. Actually, the ultimate goal here by tomorrow is here. If we run out of gas on the way to there, I go flat. Probably be at about maybe 12,500 at that point, because I'm not in as heavy as I was. At this point, I'm at. So yesterday, we dicked around here, and then finally we got the party started right here on the close. So we're just consolidating here. Then we start to rally into Asia, and maybe one more price pulse to take us to here. Alrighty then, so that's that.